Oh yeah, though, but I should say that you don't want to choke off your bottom sieve. So you got your, oh man, if I can do this while I'm driving here. Hold on, let me put this puppy back on auto steer. Let me slow down a little bit here. Okay. So you got number 3 and 16. 3 is your bottom, 16 is your top. I think they're actually called, the top one is called your chaffer, and then the bottom's actually just called the sieve. But just about everybody calls them top and bottom sieves. So, and if you're not familiar, your fan, which is blowing 700 here, is actually underneath your bottom sieve, right? So all the air is coming up through your bottom and top sieve, and then anything going over, you know, it's falling down. Anything that goes over your bottom sieve is going into your return, or AKA your tailings, which is also monitored. Anything going over your top sieve, it's just going right out the back of your combine. Okay, so the trick is you don't want to close, like I had it off at 0 because I'm doing a bunch of trial and error here. If you have your bottom sieve closed right 0, you're restricting a lot of the airflow, which can also keep a dirty sample as well. So if you open it up to like 1 or 2, I have it at 3 right now on canola. And of course, I'm just trial and error, and we're all kind of learning together. You know, that's how Mike rolls with you guys. But you want there to be airflow through that bottom sieve, so that way it can get through your top sieve and blow all the pods away. Make sense? Makes sense. Clear as mud. It's actually not very complicated. Combines are really simple machines if you understand how they work. And but anyways, we're gonna continue doing some trial and error, as you can see. Oh, hold on, let me put this header down. There we go. That's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Okay. You know, I totally forgot to explain a pickup header. I don't think I've done that yet. Most of it's straightforward, but in case you had some questions like, Mike, how come you swath this canola? Well, this is Nexara canola, and I've said before that this does not stand well, which means when it's standing and it stands ripe, any kind of wind just shakes all the seeds to the ground. Equals 0 yield. You don't want that, so you have to put it down. Now, our Invigor canola, which we're going to be going to here tomorrow, it has pod shatter integrity, so you can let that stuff stand and it won't shell out. We did leave a field stand, and we sprayed some as well. But going back to why we swathed is because up here, this is the quickest way to mature a crop. Okay, yes, you can spray it, a standing crop if you would like to, but it will take longer, at least in my experience. Up in this area, every farmer has their own opinion about that, and that is okay, because there isn't one farm out there that is the same as the next farm. Hold on, I gotta come to this headland here. So we swathed this stuff so that way we could get cracking. And we sprayed some, and we let a little bit come in naturally, so we did all 3, but the majority we all swathed. Obviously, you guys know that. I'm fine with doing a little bit of testing, but not on the whole farm. But so that's the reason why we swath. It's because it's the quickest way to get it into your bin. All right, we just loaded the grain cart there. So let's actually jump out and put this thing down a little bit so we can see it. And let's take a look at this pickup header real quick here as this video is dragging on. Might be a bit of a breeze out here. Shouldn't get too bad. Okay, so most pickup headers, most of the new ones anyway, are all 15 feet wide. Okay, so you got, these are your teeth, and they come in sections. Now these are actually fairly wide sections because most come in sections like this. Okay, but anyway, here's a section of belt, see the seam, section of belt, seam, section. Okay, so this is your pickup belt. And then this is just basically your conveyor over belt to get it into your auger, which jams it into your combine. Pretty straightforward. This thing here, I don't know what you want to call this puppy, but anyway, it is on a hydraulic cylinder. It's on your reel, and you can lift this up. So if you have a really thick swath, that way you're not shelling it out by hitting this. What is this for? That's what that's for. No, no, it's to keep your swath if you have a light swath or something, and to keep your swath from blowing out, or if you have your angle pitched, you know, as you put your pickup header flat on the ground, this would lower out. And if you had it a lot, like if you were just scratching the ground, your angle, if you had your pickup belt, say, going too fast, you could shoot your crop up. And this is just to kind of help guide your crop into your auger. That's all that's for. So, and then your wheels are adjustable, because we're on canola right now, and the last thing you want is your teeth to do this all day long. First of all, you'll wear your teeth right out, and you can see there's a little wear on there. Second of all, you're gonna pick up all these little stones, which I can't find any for a prime example right now, but you're gonna pick up lots of little stones and huck them into the combine, right? Right. So you don't really want that. So you have lots of different options to keep this. You can either scratch the ground, or you could probably stay that high off the ground. Now, if you're that high off the ground, that might work in canola, because canola is pretty fluffy and it just sits on your stubble. But when we were on Greg, my father-in-law's wheat crop that had been rained on for a couple weeks, it was kind of grown down to the ground, and it was very flat. The rain pushed it down, and so I actually had to lower it so that it was scratching the dirt. I pretty much had to scratch the dirt to get it. By doing that, you take a few more rocks. How do you know? Just we'll take a trip to the bin one day, and you can hear them go up the auger. But so anyway, that's a pickup head on the John Deere. They came out with these airbags. I believe right here you can fill them, and basically I have no idea why. I think some of them had shocks. I don't know. I am not a pickup pro. We don't use these things back home. Obviously, we straight cut absolutely everything, including our canola or mustard. I think it's just to kind of take some of the shock out of, you know, your flavor saver, whatever you want to call that thing. Oh man. So anyways, that's a pickup. Let's walk over to a swath here real quick. So here's a little story for you guys. When I first met Ashtyn, we had finished combining down south, obviously, because that is what normally happens. They were still combining up north. So, you know, you kind of want to make brownie points with the father, right? That's something that you want to do if you're interested in his daughter. So Ashtyn's obviously running a combine up here, you know, and the family's combining, harvesting, and I'm done. So I volunteer to come up and run a combine or grain cart or truck wherever they need me. So of course they put me on a combine, and I'm pretty sure that they saw me coming from quite a few miles away, because I get up here at like midnight, because I drove all the way up from whatever I was doing. And Greg is not a teacher. He's a super nice guy, but he's not a teacher. He's just like, there's the combine, see you later. No big deal. I've been around farm equipment my whole life, but I have never run a case combine, specifically a 9120. So I hop in this 9120, and I'm trying to figure out how to turn off the freaking park brake. And I'm like, okay, Mike, come on, buddy. You've been around combines your entire life. So I finally figured out how to turn off the park brake, and then we're gone. They happen to be on like one of their worst fields. It's I think it was like a section of swath down barley that had been rained on for a long time. So they were very grown to the ground. Mike has not picked up a swath for probably 30 years, not 30, but 20 plus years prior to this event. And then, so I'm out here with Ashtyn, and they do not have two-way radios in their equipment, which is fine. I don't know how, but anyway, everyone to their own. So, oh, and we happen to be in a very poor cell service area on top of that to really compound things. So I hop in this combine. I can't communicate with Ashtyn. Ashtyn just takes off, doesn't wait for me at all. So she's like, okay, this field is broke up into about 17 other little fields for all the washouts. There's water running, there's mud, don't get stuck. It's getting dewy, it's midnight, we're gonna push all night. Awesome, that's what I'm here to do. Okay, she's like, you just go over there, you gotta go through 3 little dips, and then by the big thing of bushes, there's a chunk, probably 40 acres in size, and you just go to town over there. And I'm like, okay. All right, so where is it? It's over in that far corner. Go through the one dip. There might be some water flowing through it, and then there's this other one and over there. So I get over there. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. They totally saw me coming. And now I was like, okay, now I'm trying to figure out, make sure I'm picking the swaths the right way. You got to remember, it's been like forever. And for those of you who don't know, there is a right way and a wrong way to pick up a swath. Now, canola doesn't matter as much. As you can see, it's pretty bushy. It's pretty bushy. You can pretty much pick it up either way. But barley and cereals, barley is a cereal crop, especially something that's been rained on for a long time, it 100% matters. You cannot pick it up backwards. So you have to pick it up head first, okay? Head first. So you always want to, when you're on the headland, you want to take the short swaths. And let's take you a little walk over here and I'll show you. Here we are, prime example. Long swath, sorry about that. Short swath. Long swath means that you came out this way, right? The headland was here, you came out, and then it dropped the last of it there. Short swath means that you turned around and you took off into the crop, and here it is. Head first, that's what you want. So, long swath, short swath. Always pick up the short swath. Do you think that I could remember that I needed to pick up the short swath that night at midnight? Nope. I'm like scratching my head. I'm like, okay, I know there's a method. I can't communicate. Oh my word. Anyway, I guess it did work out. I did marry Ashtyn, but I'm pretty sure they're still joking around that today. Yeah, just take the combine, Mike, figure it out. And they gave me the combine with the reverser that didn't work. And there was these grown down, beaver huts or straw dams, whatever the heck you want to call them. And I'll go into that very so gingerly. You pick up your header, you're trying to just eat into that, but it's grown to the ground, right? So you don't really want the stuff on the ground, you just want the stuff on the top. And then whoop, reverser didn't work. And it's barley, and barley's itchy. I guess everybody has a story like that when they go meet the parents, I guess, for the first time. That was mine, so we made it through, but I'm pretty sure they're still laughing about that to this very day. But anyways, you guys have yourself a good one. I'm gonna let you go. That's basically Pickup Header 101. And yeah, I think the rest is history. All right, guys, adios. I'll talk to you later.